All right, this should be working here. Just let me give it a test. All right, yeah, that seems to be working. So, time for the August 2025 recap. A little late this month. Just didn't have time here. So, but that's okay. So, let's get right into it because this was quite the month. Last year in 2024, August was my best month ever. So, let's see how this this August of this year went. So, channel update, and then some results, and then some outlook into the future, because that has changed quite a bit too. But first, a brief channel update. There's not really a whole lot to say. The next minute to win it skills challenge, that is, I'm going to try and get this done this weekend sometime, maybe Saturday or Sunday, for the month of September. I know I just did the one for August, but I was kind of late doing that. So, yeah, I'm going to plan on doing that hopefully sometime this weekend. And then I'll have a September recap at the end of the month. Otherwise, not really much else at the moment. I might do maybe a Rubik's Cube live stream at some point, but otherwise, not much else planned for this month. So I guess let's get right into it for the month of August. The August 2025 results, and it was a good month. The passive income went up 5.98%. It's my second best month of passive income ever at $630.96. Still continuing to trend upwards somehow. It's pretty crazy. So overall, it's been a really good year. Things are going to get interesting for the passive income here shortly. In the next few weeks, they're going to start cutting interest rates. So I kind of have to make a decision here shortly. I'm still kind of up in the air on what I want to do. I'm thinking I might just, I'm leaning towards just getting a 1-year CD, and that way I can just earn a consistent amount for the next year at least. And then after that, I don't know, I'll just have to go from there. But still undecided about that, but I'm going to have to figure it out here probably in this next week or so. So, but yeah, overall, one of my best passive income months ever. So, and that's the passive income, and now to the net worth, and it was quite the month. In fact, it was the best month I have ever had. I went up 5.88%. I know last year in August I went up 6.31%, but I have a lot more money now, so the percentage difference isn't the same as the actual money difference. And I will go to the next slide here to actually show that. This one in August of last year, or July. Wait a minute. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, from July till the end of August, I made, I believe it's like $8,500. This time, August 2025, I made 10,000. What is that? 10,430. No, 10,400 something dollars. So I made over $10,000 in a single month, which is just absurd. So let's go back here, and that jumps us way up to up 17% on the year all of a sudden. So this year has really kind of turned around fast. Things were pretty shaky here. Not really moving up much, a lot of up and down, but all of a sudden it's really taken off again. So we're up 31.43% over the last 1 year since last August. That's still a good number to have. And we pretty much almost blew right through the $180,000 range. We're just 1,500 from 190,000, which is pretty crazy. I remember back in May, after having to buy that second vehicle, going down 2.4%. I really was getting kind of pessimistic about how this year was going to turn out. Really thought I might not even be able to hit 180,000, but here we are, almost 188,000, and we still got 4 months left in the year. Here's the daily chart. We've been on a good streak going up. So that's has been really good. So how did I do it this month? So what happened that I got over $10,000 in profits alone. This was the second month of the year that I got 3 paychecks, because I get paid typically 2 times a month. I get paid 26 times a year, which is 2 times a month is 24. So there's 2 months out of the year where I get 3 paychecks. And so I got paid 3 times. My expenses were very small, and I've officially become full-time at my job, finally. And I had a bunch of annual leave that I had built up as a part-timer that when I switched over to full-time, they pay that out. So I had about a month's worth of annual leave. So that was probably like $4,000 almost just of that alone that I got paid out. So in total, I made I think it was like almost $12,000. And then I had a really just good month for expenses. So I barely had to pay much of anything. So it all worked out. And yeah, somehow $10,400 something in a single month. That's absurd. Really things have just really gotten back on the right track here. We've had 3 positive months in a row, most so far this year, and things are looking pretty promising again. And the future outlook, because my income and my expenses are going to change, and as for, like I said, the passive income, I kind of explained that. I got to make a decision here soon. It's going to drop down, but the question is, what am I going to do about it? I'm really thinking about putting in 1-year CDs so that I can pretty much be in the $500 range, probably for the next year. But we'll see what I decide to do. As for the net worth, looking into next month and the end of the year, I'm thinking it should be okay. The reality is I'll get into it in a minute here, but with going full-time, my pay is different, and I'm not going to be making as much money as I did before. It'll be a lot more consistent, and what am I trying to say? Yeah, it's going to be a lot more consistent. I'll know what to expect each time, but it's not going to be as big as what I had been getting paid, so that's going to change things. And I get more benefits, so I'm paying for more insurance, and I get a 401k now, which I've started contributing to, so that's all going to take away some more money. But so how's the rest of this year looking? September should be hopefully a solid month. I might have some vehicle expenses coming up, but hopefully those aren't too bad. And I'm really hoping I can get over $190,000 by the end of by the end of this month. That would actually be the first time ever in this whole series that I only spent 1 month in a $10,000 range. This one was like 110,000s twice, 120,000s 4 times, 130s, 140s, 50s, 60s I was in a bunch, 70s I was in 3 times actually, 180s. If I get to 190,000, I could be in the $180,000 range just once, and then that gives us 3 more months after that to try and chip away and get towards the big $200,000 mark. That would be insane to hit. I don't think it's going to happen this year, though. just because of what I'm going to be making now. I should be able to make some progress towards it if everything goes right. Maybe like $195,000, $96,000 by the end of the year. But we're just gonna have to wait and see what happens. I mean, it's been a pretty crazy year so far. So anything can happen. I could maybe somehow hit 200,000, or I could drop back down. I don't really know. But as for my job now, because this changes a lot of things. So pretty much, this is technically my salary at the moment, $57,720. It's actually going to go up to a little over $58,000 here in like the next 2 weeks. So I am paying for more insurance. Before I was just paying for basic health insurance. Now my health insurance is a little better, and I'm paying for dental and vision insurance as well. And then obviously I have a 401k now. So I'm really going to try and be kind of aggressive with that at the moment, to try and get that started, to build up here. I have the Roth IRA, which with this really good month I had, I actually also spent $1,500 to max out my Roth IRA for this year. So that is fully taken care of for the rest of this year, so I don't have to worry about that. But yeah, right now I have it set up to take 11% of my paycheck towards my 401k. I'm going to keep trying to slightly increase that over time. That comes out to like $244 at the moment. I think the most I can really put in to fully max it out is like 800 some each pay period, which is a lot to get to. So I'm just going to slowly try and build it up over time. But we'll just have to see. As for this number, my salary going up, I get 4 set raises a year. A chance I could get a 5th actually next year, next fall. But next year, yeah, it could be good. I could really, I think if everything goes right, get over like $5,000 worth of a raise. So that'd be nice. But yeah, I get pretty much a 1% raise every November. I get a $1,500 raise every year that I have been full-time, so next July. And then 2 times a year I get a cost of living raise, which is basically based on inflation. So if inflation is higher, then I get a higher raise. Those can be anywhere from $300 to $900. So that all will add up and help build up that number. And as I get those raises, like I said, I'm going to be slowly raising my 401k amount, and I get a 5% match with that too. So going to start working on that. So hopefully that should build up fast. And with that and my Roth IRA, and then in the future I'll get Social Security, and then hopefully a pension through the post office as well. That would really set me up good for retirement. I know some of that stuff you can't really take advantage of, until you're older. But even if I do, I would still be able to retire early if, things worked out for me like that, which hopefully they do. But we'll have to see. So, yeah, so the future, pretty much, I'm not going to be growing the net worth nearly as quickly anymore, unfortunately, because, I just won't be making as much in income, and more of the income that I do make is going to be going towards, like my 401k and other health insurance and all that stuff. So, and then on top of that, I'm also still going to be trying to max out my Roth IRA each year. So the profits are going to start to dwindle here. I'm hoping for the rest of this year, I'm thinking I should be able to pull in about $2,000 a month. So, looking at where we are now, maybe with 4 months left in the year, if I get $2,000 a month, that's $8,000. So that could get us to like 196, 97. So we'll probably fall just short of a 200,000, but that's probably going to be the future from here on out, as long as I am still living here at my parents' house. probably $2,000 a month is probably going to be what my my usual profit is each month, which is going to be under 2% every month. And there's not many months here where I've had less than a 2% gain. So it's going to take some adjusting. But like I said, it's more of a switch to a long-term focus, maxing out my retirement account so that hopefully I can retire early, and then just trying to build up my salary now. That's, I guess, kind of the main focus, that and the retirement stuff. Because I guess my ultimate goal for when it comes to buying a house, I feel like the number that I would really feel like perfect at is $225,000. Because I want to get $200,000 and then maybe another $10,000 just as a buffer, and then another $10,000 to $15,000 for furniture and appliances and all that stuff. Because you never know what kind of house I might move into, if that stuff will be there or if it won't, and some of that stuff is pretty expensive. So odds are, if I get to that number or not, I have no idea, but that's a number in my head that I would feel completely confident buying a house at. But the one issue and the reason why I'm not buying a house anytime soon probably is simply because of my new income, my salary. Simply put, the salary, the money I will be making now for the moment, it works for me while I'm here because I have less expenses. But if I were to move out and live in my own house, and have to pay for all groceries, water, electric, all that stuff, it just simply wouldn't be enough to cover it. So while really my net worth amount here, it's really enough at the moment to buy a house. I want to keep building it up to kind of reach my goal. My goal initially was $200,000 so that I could put $100,000 down as a down payment and that would take out a huge chunk of the mortgage, and then still have $100,000 left over. And then obviously I want a little bit of a buffer and money for appliances and furniture and all that stuff. So obviously furniture isn't a big deal. It's more so the appliances, refrigerator, all that stuff. Furniture, you can find a lot of cheap stuff just to have for the time being, but that's all off in the future. So right now it's about trying to build up this salary so that down the line, eventually just my normal salary will be enough to support me living in a house and all the extra expenses, to make it. Because if I did that now, this net worth number would start going down every month, and we don't want that. So yeah, that's kind of the future. So it's going to take a few years probably to build that up. We'll just have to wait and see. And then I guess while I'm doing that, in the meantime, I'm really going to try and max out my Roth IRA and build up my 401k as much as I can, so that hopefully further down the line, I can hopefully have maybe an early retirement. So I guess that's kind of the plan for now. Things are looking good, but this growth here is going to start to slow down, and we're shifting more to a long-term mindset and just trying to build up the salary and the retirement accounts while I kind of wait. So we'll see what the future brings. Yeah, I don't know. It should hopefully be, unless we have any major expenses like this again, it should be a solid end to the year, I'm hoping. But like I said, you just got to take it one month, one day at a time, and we'll see what happens. So for now, for this next month, just got to figure out what I'm doing with the passive income, and then just keep grinding away when it comes to the net worth and all this other stuff. So like I said, I get another small raise. It'll go up to 58,300 something, I think. That happens in like 2 weeks or something. So looking forward to that. And then I get a 1.4% raise in November. So by the end of the year, I'll be up to like 59,000 something dollars. So, but still got a long way to go though. So I guess that's really it for this one. Thank you guys for watching, and we'll just keep going month after month. So like I said, look for a Minute to Win It live stream sometime this weekend, but otherwise that's going to be it. Thank you for watching, and goodbye.